friends, welcome back to another build challenge in The Sims 4. Today we're going to be starting a short build series where we're going to be building a not-so-berry town. Me with the snorts and the sighs. Good morning, baby. Okay, no snorties and no snorties. The Not So Berry Challenge is a legacy gameplay challenge created by Lil Simsy and Always Simming. It's super popular here on Sims YouTube with big YouTubers like Claire Siobhan playing it and Kelsey and Pisha. The point of it is to play through 10 generations, and each generation is represented by a different color. Each color has different rules for that generation that you have to complete before you can move on to the next color or next generation. It seems pretty simple, but it's a very long, very eventful legacy challenge in The Sims 4. We're gonna cover more of those specific details about each generation in episode 2 of this because today we're going to be doing the exterior for our town. You can find the rules for the Not So Berry Challenge in the description down below if you're curious. But we're going to be building a town suited for every single Not So Berry sim, every generation in the Not So Berry Challenge. So let's get started. This episode is probably just going to cover the exterior. I want to make this pretty big for each sim, but not too big that it's going to take us forever to furnish. And I was going back and forth with how I wanted to do this house because a long time ago on my channel, I did every room is a different Not So Berry sim. So I had already done the route of having all of these sims in one house. And then I thought about maybe doing the tiny home route where every tiny home represents a different Not So Berry legacy. But I thought it would be really cool to turn this into a super colorful kind of townhouse. Those ones that you see in like Italy that are so bright and colorful and all of them are different. That's gonna be the kind of style that we're going for with this. We're gonna do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, so they're going to be facing each other like this. And I think I'm gonna move this over slightly so there's a little bit of space in between. We're gonna do 2 floors, so I'm gonna bring these up. And some of these generations do end up having children. They end up having crazy careers and crazy hobbies. So there's gonna be so much to do on this lot. We're really gonna go into every townhouse and make sure that all the details we need will be in there for this sim. I think this is looking pretty good for our shell so far. Next thing we're gonna do to connect these all together is go in with a flooring piece. I'm gonna use this flat square and I'm gonna just make like entryways and pathways so that all of these will be connected. I want it to really be like a full neighborhood for all these sims. So basically I'm just gonna make sure these are all evenly spaced and then we're gonna go and connect them together and leave a little gap so I can do some like landscaping or something in between there. So far this is what we've got. We're gonna raise this up. I want it to be pretty high. I like it when the townhouses are like up like that. We can do a foundation, add our stairs. I think I'm gonna use this brick here for our foundation and I wanna make sure we keep that white highlight because the way that I'm gonna make this look all cohesive is we're gonna bring in the white windows, the white columns, the white details, but every single house is going to be a different color. Okay, Naimi, I'm sorry, baby. We can hear your snores, honey bunny. What if we put you cozy in your little bed back there? Is that okay? Just until later. So now that we've got our shell, we're gonna have to find the colors that suit the exteriors perfectly. So first generation is the mint generation, and we're gonna have to find a greenish blue mint color. I always have the hardest time finding this color in The Sims, but I do know that Spade has a really nice mint color in there. I just don't want to put the tile. I want the plain regular color. We'll use that one there from Spade for the mint one, and anywhere that there's a bump out is where we're going to stop the color. That's gonna separate the townhouses. So the next one is the rose generation. For the rose, I think I'm gonna use this boldly brushed from the Oasis Courtyard kit. We have yellow, gray, and then plum, which I'm gonna do like a purpley color. And for my gray, let's use this new one from My Wedding Stories. I love that. I feel like this side is not gonna be as bright and colorful as the other one. Okay, for now, purple, there we go. And then we're gonna flip over to this side and do the same thing. I mean, with that lighting, it doesn't look too weird. So this side is going to be orange, pink, peach, green, and blue, which I think are gonna look really nice together. So for the orange, I'm actually going to try and keep as much of this sun faded paint as I can. We've got a few different swatches in here which I think could look cool, so we'll do orange there, pink right beside it, peach we could maybe get away with that one. That looks pretty peachy to me. And then green, I do have this like lime green, but I feel like that might be a little bit similar to the other ones. We'll see if I could pull off this kind of like really bright green. And then beside it, finally, we have blue. And I think I'm actually gonna keep with the Oasis Courtyard kit. There's another blue in there that I think we could use, like this one. Yeah, see, look how beautiful that side is with the color palette compared to this one. Okay, let's get our roofing on there. I want to see how it's gonna look with every roofing being a different color, which means we're gonna have different roof paints on each roof, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna turn out. But for my roofing, I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. I'm going in on each one with a gabled roof and just covering it completely on the entirety of that townhouse. Those are looking a little steep for me, so I'm gonna take each one and bring it down about 3 ticks. Also, I asked you guys how long we wanted to do this series because I was going back and forth. I knew that it would take me a long time to do the exterior. I feel like it's gonna take me such a long time to do the inside because there's gonna be so many different kinds of Sims living here. So I think we're gonna aim for this to be a 2, maybe 3 if I can't finish the entire inside in the next episode. We'll see how it goes, but I figured with the not so berry challenge, it ends up being so long when people do it regularly, and I just don't have the patience to do that, but I would love to build for it. We're just gonna have to do what we can here. Okay, roofing is on there. Let's do white details. We're gonna do white trim around the entire thing. We can add little bump outs at the front and roof those, like bring out little bump outs like this, and then I can add roofing on top over the doors. So I've added extra roofing pieces onto the bump outs that I just added, and I made a few patios in the back too, just with like a little bit of bump outs on the back. And I filled in our flooring with a country kitchen puzzled stone flooring, and we're gonna go in and landscape with that dirt there. But let's get our roof paint on. So first we're gonna do our mint. I need to find like a green kind of color that's gonna match. If I can stick with these like shingles here, that would be good. Like the same kind of roofing style, but maybe not the exact same one. Ooh, that's gonna pull it together for sure. I can't wait to see this side. With the lighting, I feel like maybe the lighting is making this side look better too. We'll do pink for our little roof here. Now our roofing is looking good, and I think I'm gonna go in with the same windows for every single house. I want this to look at first like our Sims are just moving into these, first ready to buy, like immediately moving straight into these townhouses, and they're going to furnish them to be their own. So throughout this series, we're gonna start with these townhouses that look like they're ready to move in, but our Sims are gonna slowly move in and customize them to their not so berry generation. So I'm going in with some base game windows. I actually just discovered how much I really like the shutters from base game. I did the coloring book challenge on my channel a couple days ago, and I used these in that build, and they looked really good. So I think I'm gonna put these around every townhouse. We're gonna have the same ones for every single one. Assuming that I can fit these big shutters, we might have to adjust our shell a little bit as we go. This is already looking so cool. I feel like this is gonna come together once we've got the windows on here. And I'm thinking this build could look really cool in Tartosa. It almost has that sort of style, like that Mediterranean style with the colorful townhouses. I feel like maybe eventually we could move there. While I'm doing this, I'm also going to add a thin white trim around the sides as well. And these white features are really gonna bring everything together, even though everything is a different color. This is how we're gonna make this work. And I'm also, while I'm thinking about it, I really wanna add in a column here to bring it together as well. So I'm thinking cottage living could be cute. It has that nice detail at the top of it, which I like, and it's slight enough that I feel like it's not gonna be too overwhelming on our build. Just enough detail to separate between the townhouses. And then for our fencing to go around, I want another white one. I'm feeling maybe Discover University is my go-to. I love that white fence. It's so pretty. I think we could put this around the edges here, and I'm gonna have to get my stairs in somewhere. We're gonna have to add more than one entryway into this place. For the back door, I'm thinking Strangerville. Let's do this in white. For our front doors, I was wondering if it would be weird if we did a different color for every door, but I want it to stay looking like a proper neighborhood. So I'm gonna go in with the same door from My Wedding Stories for each one. We are also going to be adding basements to this build, so I'm gonna go in with my custom basement tool. I just added lights in here so I can see, and we're gonna trace around the entire shell with this so that underneath we're gonna have a basement for each townhouse. I want to make sure that I'll be able to fit not only the Sim but their child or children if they have them in their generation. I want it to be so that you could play the entire legacy on this lot. Obviously it wouldn't be ideal, but if you wanted to do it, it could happen. This is not so very townhouse land. Now we've got our basement levels. I'm excited. You guys love when I do basements. I've never really been a big fan. I never really understood the hype about them, but there we go. We got some basements for you. Let's get some roofing details. I want to add different roofing details onto each one. So far, I've got these on here from My Wedding Stories. I think they look kind of cute. And then maybe we could even bring in like a tower on some of them. We could maybe do a tower on the other side too, like on the gray house maybe. We could bring the bell onto the pink one and any chimneys that like match. There is a green chimney. I did not think we were gonna find one. Okay, cute. This is starting to come alive. We're definitely moving at the end of this, by the way. Cute. I think we should start doing our landscaping and our details. So the first thing I want to do is cover up that weird area that has been added because of the basement. So we're gonna get some trees in the front here, and I need to do the landscaping in all of these little like patches that I've got. So we're going to be going in and getting the grass patches from The Sims 4 Island Living. I think some of these could look really pretty on here too. Like we could get those going up the wall. Also the get together ones that go up, like these we could put maybe right at the front. I like to size these up. I feel like it doesn't look too weird if they're sized up going up the wall like that. And then we can blend it at at the bottom using some bushes and get rid of that like awkward area from the foundation. Some hedges like this will do the trick. We can just cover those up. And I feel like I need to have a double walkway coming down the front because I put those double stairs there. We'll go in with some terrain paint, make sure our softness is turned up, and I'm thinking maybe we use like a stone. Like we could go in with this one here and bring that all the way to the front. Then we could line that with hedges, and we're gonna have another little place in the middle that we could add flowers and landscaping. I wanna play around with different colors for landscaping too. Like I'm not gonna stick to just one, like the white swatch like I've been doing for everything else. I'm gonna go in with different colors in here. Like we can get different flowers from Island Living. I might use these and size these up like right at the front like this. And then we just surround it with other little small ones. I do like doing these build series sometimes because you guys always ask me to show my landscaping process. So we're gonna do that today. I find sometimes in my videos I'll just like skip past it because it can get a little bit repetitive, but it is one of my favorite parts of building. I have always found it really relaxing. So what I like to do is use these base game ones to go around and like blend any big bushes that I've added. Same as those little ones that I just put there from Outdoor Retreat. And I actually think I'm gonna delete one of these hedges on both sides, and we're gonna bring our terrain paint all the way around the back. Like we're just gonna bring it all the way around like this, and maybe like that and like that. It's kind of like a bee for Not So Berry, like sort of an alien bee. And then we're gonna do this on the same side. I'm gonna try my best to make this symmetrical. Oh my God, it's not happening. So we've got it on both sides like that, and may as well bring it around the back too. I have stairs here, so we'll just kind of like connect it on this side, and then like bring this out and make a little like circle area. Back here we could put maybe like a jungle gym for kids. There's gonna be kids living here. It would be weird to do like all generations of Not So Berry at the same time. That wouldn't make sense, right? Me trying to think how I could do a let's play and keep my attention span at the same time. I'm gonna be lining my pathways with these from base game. This is something that I've started to do pretty recently. Normally I'll line my terrain paint with like rocks or hedges or something, but these, I've been rotating these in different ways, like just holding shift and keeping them, and I'm just changing them to different patterns so that it doesn't look so repetitive and going along the entire pathway. And while I'm zoomed in, I feel like this looks a little weird, but when we zoom out, I kind of like how it looks as opposed to just keeping it like strictly like that. And then that opens up this entire area for more landscaping in more of a closed off, like organized way. For details, I'm gonna be going in with some flower boxes like these. We can shrink them and put them on our shutters. And then what's great about this is we're gonna have so much room in the back for each one to have like a mini patio. So for example, our mint generation goes through the science career, which again, we're gonna learn about later in this series. But for their patio, we could put a chess table. I know that they have to max the logic skills, so a chess table out here would be really cute. This is my favorite one from The Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. And we can pull it together with some cute plants back here. Outside of the plum house, I'm gonna add a cute little umbrella here. I really want to modify this challenge somehow now. Now that I have a house for every single Not So Berry sim, I feel like it'd be cool. If anyone has any ideas on how we could do that, let me know. Just to see them all interact in all of their different ways. It wouldn't make sense in the original challenge, but I don't know. So with all of my details and all of my landscaping that I've added, this is what we've got so far for our Not So Berry sims. This is going to be our Not So Berry town? Not So Berry village? What should we name it? I like how you can see the details of every single one. Again, our exteriors aren't fully finished. We're still gonna be decorating the patios and stuff with things that are more specific to each generation. But for now, this is what our shell is going to look like. I just moved our build to Tartosa, the new world that comes with The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories. And look how cool our little colorful townhouse build looks. It looks so cool overlooking the water like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get in and furnish this. Let me know if you guys like this series idea. It's gonna be pretty short, probably only maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left of this. Let me know if you have any suggestions for items to put in each Not So Berry townhouse. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.